And in other stories, a young woman lost her life on the Melvin Evans Highway this weekend. News Channel 8's Wes Small reports.
Extremely sad news to report on this Monday evening, as over the weekend the Melvin Evans Highway has claimed another life, and this is a young one. She was only 18 or 19 years old, don't have the exact age yet, but we do know now that her name is Latia Griot, a freshman at the University of the Virgin Islands. Another passenger was with Miss Griot, and she survived, and she is supposed to recover while she is in Juan Louis Hospital. I stand near Paradise, near the church here, and as you could see, as the camera pans, this truck was traveling westbound, and apparently, according to the skid marks and such, in that truck, they ended up in this lane, the eastbound lane, at 1 o'clock on Sunday morning, late Saturday night. And while we can't rush to judgment about this accident, you can see how the fence was taken down here. And unfortunately, the vehicle just all over this area where you have the rear view mirror, side windows, broken glass, just a tragedy. Sadly, our count comes to 15 now for the year of 2008. And the fiscal year, we're about 18. Now, we will try to get with the Traffic Bureau Director Platt later on in the week to tell you that this is holiday season. College kids are home from school. There's a lot of parties and festivities here, but it's just a tragedy. I've got to tell you, while we can't rush to judgment about this sad situation, we can tell you to please slow down on the road. You could see here, as these cars approach this intersection, they are really speeding. I mean, look at this. And then you've got the red light. These guys are coming up here at just huge amounts of speed. The Virgin Island Police Department has tried to impact to you to please slow down on the roads. We can also tell you that, sadly, Miss Griot was a passenger as she was ejected from the truck. Whether or not she had on a seatbelt, we don't know at this time. Again, we don't want to rush to judgment, but just look at this. And sadly, these are probably some of the belongings of these young ladies as they rescue people tried to save their life there. You see a pair of jeans and even a toothbrush there. And it looks like that they went out of the gully. Look at that. But I believe that this truck had to be traveling at an excessive amount of speed. How it got from the westbound lane over to the eastbound lane, we just don't know. But again, sadly, there's not much we could possibly say except slow down. For the life of me, I don't know what it has to take for us to slow down on the Melvin Evans Highway. So for now, until we give it to Traffic Director Platt, maybe he can make a bigger impact. But I don't know what else that I could do except to do this. That these are glass, plastic, metal, and we are made of flesh and blood. The glass, the plastic, the metal, and the fiberglass will always win. The human body loses. Those stories, one of these stories that a reporter just hates to do. And I can't tell you how many times I've been on this Melvin Evans Highway to report bad news. 18 years old, just out of the complex, literally a few months ago, a young, aspiring, beautiful woman at the University of the Virgin Islands, only a freshman, Latia Griot. Wow. On the Melvin Evans Highway, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And a reminder from News Channel 8, drive safely this holiday season, and we extend our condolences to the Griot family. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and going back to St. Thomas, a controversial issue on St. Thomas's West End on the building of a communication tower. News Channel 8's Lee Carl catches up with Governor John DeYoung with this exclusive interview.
Having said that, you've been a busy person. You've been up to New York and Washington, and of course, recently Obama, the President-elect has made it quite clear where the economy is going.
Yes.
And how does that affect us? What's your take on it?
I think it affects us tremendously. I'm making sure right now that we have our projects in his infrastructure program, the ready-to-go projects, and I've compiled a list and I'm submitting it to him and to the transition team that covers a whole host of projects, from the university to the research and tech park to the central government, education, public works. And I want to make sure we have those because we need to have infrastructure projects going within the first quarter of fiscal year calendar 2009. That's why I put forth my bond bill. In addition to that, all you have to do is look around. You have 600 people that were laid off by Sandals Hotel. You have 200 people that were laid off by Wyndham in Puerto Rico.
800 in the Bahamas.
And then so it is beginning to affect us here. When you have 533,000 people in the U.S. that were unemployed in November, the majority were on the East Coast. That's going to affect us, particularly with respect to tourism. Once tourism starts to be affected, the rest of our economy begins to feel that effect also. And we're seeing it. The hotels have less bookings this Christmas season. Their advanced bookings are down by 25%. In addition to that, a lot of their workers are on partial time. So we're already beginning to feel this impact. And what I want to do is make sure we recognize it, acknowledge it, and have some true infrastructure programs in place the first quarter that we can start getting some money flowing in our economy, have some jobs moving. And that's one of the reasons that I was looking to do my bond bill. And so I'm still looking at that along with the infrastructure programs of President-elect Obama.
Okay, the other aspect is the money we got for FEMA. There was $1.15 million. You said the press releases said there's going to be more.
There's going to be more. We believe there'll be an aggregate of over $5 million. And that'll come in, but that'll take care of what we lost. What I'd like to do is have some true infrastructure programs that have our contractors that have jobs and also put people in work and make sure they stay in work for a period of time. I believe, Lee, that the 2009 to early 2010, it's going to be very rough. And we have to figure out creative ways to sustain our economy for that period of time. And I've reached out my hand to the legislature and the incoming legislature to say we've got to work together to do that, and I know we will.
Interestingly enough, I know your background is finance, right?
Yeah.
So it would appear that we have the right governor and the right time to deal with finances, right?
I think so. I think we do. I know we do. In addition to that, I think having a new legislature coming to 28, I think that it's going to be an exciting time. I think they're going to hit the ground running. Several of them have been there before. A number of them have been involved in community activities between St. Thomas, St. Croix, and St. John. So we've got some experience. I think that it's not going to take as much to get them up to speed. We don't have the luxury of time. Even the Congress is dealing with a bill in a short period of time. So we're going to have to do things quickly and prudently, and I'm confident that we will.
Good luck, Governor.
Thank you very much.
A lot of work to do.
A lot, but it's all for the better of the community.
That's right.
Thank you. And to you and everyone, happy holidays.
Yes, by the way.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you. Bye-bye.
In St. Thomas, Lee Carl for News Channel.
Thanks, Lee. And when we come back from the break, we'll take a look at who's your new Miss St. Croix.